Welcome back, everybody, to the Disc Golf Show. It is episode 28 of the 2025 season. We hope you had a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving with those closest to you. Hopefully you benefited from maybe some Black Friday shopping, maybe just yesterday's Cyber Monday, I think, Small Business Saturday. There's a bunch of stuff going on for sales and stuff like that, but we do hope you had a wonderful break. As always, this show is brought to you in part by a couple sponsors, and the first being our local pro shop, Final Nine Sports, with 2 locations in the Sacramento, Northern California area, one in Orangevale and one in Rocklin. So if you are in the area, go check them out. As always, we suggest support local. However, again, if you're unable to find what you want or what you need, what you're looking for at your local pro shop, we do have a remedy for that, and that is Disc Golf Deals USA. So if you go to discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow, you can save 10% off your entire order. That includes everything. There are a couple exclusions that apply, but it does include baskets, bags, carts, apparel, accessories, discs, of course. So go check that out and save some money there as always. And they are running, I think they still have a few things, some big sales from this last weekend that are still going on today. So they might be over tomorrow, but today, I think they're still there. Either way, to save that 10%. All right, guys, as always, we like to get through and start with good news. Today, that being a couple baby announcements over the past, within the past week. And the first being the first child coming to the Kolings. So big shout out and congratulations to Jeremy and Jewels. In addition to a second child for Barry and Paige Schultz. So big shout out to the other champ, Barry. So as always, our heartfelt love and congratulations out to those beautiful new additions. We do have some other news related to PDGA Europe. I know we mentioned a couple things about the Europa Cup and it going back to the European Open and all that stuff, but this is actually related to the team that runs PDGA Europe. So if you are in the area or looking to move overseas, they are looking to expand their team, and the areas that they're looking to expand in are marketing and media, competition, administration, and project-based specialists. So if you are interested at all into looking further into that, you can send your Curriculum Vitae and cover letter, I probably mispronounced that, to office@pdga-europe.com. So go ahead and do that if you are interested in joining the PDGA Europe team in some fashion. Outside of that, related to Europe though, Delfi Media was recently announced as a major sponsor for the European Disc Golf Festival. So with next year, there's only going to be one major in that area, and that's going to be the Champions Cup, and that's going to be held in Tallinn, Estonia. That is June 16th to the 21st. But this deal is actually a 4-year deal for Delfi Media. Correct me in the comments below. At the festival though, which is always cool. I like seeing this, that they're expanding the amenities, or not necessarily amenities, the things that are available to the people, to the spectators that are attending. And a lot of the items that there are include, obviously the best players will be there, but evening concerts, family-friendly festival area, kids zone, which is awesome because then you don't feel like, oh, I gotta get a sitter for my kid because I want to go to this event. You can include your family and your children in it. There's going to be food there, of course, and shopping area and all that good stuff. And that's going to be at the Song Festival grounds during that event. So big shout out to that contract agreement, 4-year deal for Delfi Media and the European Disc Golf Festival. A couple player updates-ish. Noticed some posts from Rebecca Cox talking about what she's doing over the off season, and one of the things that she highlighted was her workout, and she's actually for the first time using some free weights in her workout processes. So she's obviously looking to strengthen her body, and maybe that results in further distance. But yeah, I think that off season, I've been saying this for too long. I think off season training is going to be the big jump in level of players in the future. I mean, there are definitely some that take it seriously, but I think across the board, there, as disc golf grows and becomes more legitimate, right, in the eyes of the public, I think that will improve the abilities of the players. I think off-season health, diet, mental state training will be, super key for top players in the future and throughout the upcoming seasons. But yeah, so I mean, that's good to hear that she's taking that seriously and going that route and trying to improve her, not only her game, but her body, and make herself more healthy in the process. So the other one was kind of like I don't know, rumors about Aaron Gossage leaving Discraft, being let go, leaving on his own accord. Honestly, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me if that is the case. I think we're probably maybe a little too early to know and to start seeing a lot of those rumors, or the rumor mill get going about player changes, manufacturer sponsorship changes and moves and all that. Gossage, his game is solid, like super solid. He's got one of the probably at least top 5 forehands. I think he comes up a little short in areas, and he lets things get to him mentally, and that can ultimately be his downfall. I hope that he powers through this next year in 2026 and gets a win. He's definitely put in the work, and he's driven enough to get that big win. Major, I mean, he did have that push with Macbeth in the past. That being obviously Macbeth coming out on top on that, but that kind of threw him into the spotlight back then. And I think he needs to get past the mental barrier of being more in the mindset of play the shot you're throwing. Do not, reminisce. Do not concentrate on any bad shots that happened previously. Those will happen, whether they're calls from officials or just misplays. You gotta let them go. He's been in the running in multiple events, and I think it's only time till he gets that DGPT win. So we'll see. I mean, again, with the rumors, that's all they are right now, but we will see. A big thing that I did want to talk about is I kind of want to talk about it now instead of waiting till product review. Brixton actually announced their 2025 Brixton DGPT box or products, and it's going to be a flagship product, and it's a combination of kind of the flagship products between DGPT and Brixton. So DGPT has had their own cards, but now Brixton is going to be the official trading card producer for the DGPT, and I think that's great. Though they do have a short history, it's a solid one. And the quality of their products, and we'll get to that, is top notch. They're always looking at different ways, different styles of cards, and integrating different themes and rares and all that, and hollows and all kinds of different. If you're into the card game, they do a good job. And I think obviously, because they're young still, there's definitely room to grow and room to improve, but they came out strong right out the gate, and it's good to see. So in relation to these products, you're going to have a few options. There's going to be the XL pack, which they've offered in the past with some of their stuff, and those are $9.99 a pack. You're going to have a starter box that is $39.99, and then you're going to have a hobby box. The hobby box obviously is going to be the biggest one, and that's going to be $99.99. And these right now, you can actually get them pre-sale, and they're going to be available both at brixtondiscgolf.com as well as shop.dgpt.com. So if you are a fan of Brixton and disc golf cards, go check those out, brixtondiscgolf.com, shop.dgpt.com. Last thing for the news really is kind of more of a appreciation from the Paul McBeth Foundation. And what I mean by that is, if you haven't seen it, Macbeth made a post, or Paul McBeth Foundation put up a video of Macbeth making a few statements. One being this is a 5-year impact video that he made, and just kind of going over a couple stats. But in 2025 alone, they had several courses that were installed, and those being Tanzania, Kodiak in Alaska, Poland, and Rwanda. And this year they're actually starting the course install in Ukraine, and that is planning to be finished, I believe, by spring of 2026. So Paul McBeth's foundation has been integral in getting disc golf into new countries and new locations where they don't have any of that in. And nothing but up here for Paul McBeth Foundation. Also, he covered the Throw for More event that they had, where you could register and then you would raise money for the holes or the courses or however you wanted to set that up. And that was matched by UDisc, the funds raised. And there was actually ended up being over 1,000 people that participated in that. Though that is a lot, I thought there was going to be more. I'm hoping that only because it's the first time that it will grow in the future, and I hope that they continue to hold these Throw for More events annually. That would be awesome. Last thing for that was they announced Giving Tuesday. And what that is today, starting today, for the Paul McBeth Foundation, every gift that you donate, or the funds that you donate, will be matched dollar for dollar. Again, big shout out, by UDisc. So, and that goes up to $12,000. So if you're looking at donating more than that, they're going to be matching up to $12,000. But yeah, I'm always positive to hear ways to fundraise and get disc golf out to more people. And before we move on to the question of the episode, I did want to say thank you for following. Thank you for watching. If you can, hit that subscribe button. That helps. Share this with friends if you like it. If you don't, you don't have to. Like, subscribe, notification bell, all the things. All right, moving on, guys. The disc golf question of the episode is, it's going to sound like probably something you've heard, but there's a little twist. Slight twist. What's on your disc golf bucket list? And what I mean by that is not just what courses do you want to play in your lifetime. What are the courses that you want to get to? It's more, in addition to that applies as well. What things in disc golf do you want to accomplish? Is it a rating? Is it running an event? Is it designing a course? Is it getting more involved in your local club, local community, or talking with the city parks and such about expanding disc golf in the area? Let me know. Let us know below, because I'm always interested in people's outlook and people's goals when it comes to disc golf. I've been lucky enough to be involved in a lot of different aspects in disc golf, and I've enjoyed every one, and it gets me more dialed in as to what I would like to do, maybe retirement-wise, once I'm out of the workforce. But anyways, guys, again, what's on your disc golf bucket list? And again, not just courses you want to play. All right, let's move on to gear and equipment. This segment is brought to you by Disc Golf Deals USA. Again, as always, big thanks out to Disc Golf Deals USA. If you go to discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow, you can save 10% off of your entire order. A few small exclusions do apply. For gear and equipment, we had 4 discs that were approved by the PDGA, and those 4 are the following. Prodigy disc had the H6 approved, and that is a hybrid driver. We had Latitude 64 with 2 molds, one being the Mighty and the other being the Fire. The Mighty being a fairway driver, and they didn't necessarily specify what the Fire was, but it looked like it could have been maybe a mid-range, but it could also look like a fairway driver. It's around that area, seems like. And then the last one is the EV7. If you know of EV7, they're a big, or they're a company that started off with putters, and it was one of those companies that Drew Gibson was sponsored by. I'm not sure if he's still sponsored by them, but they made putters as their, show to disc golf, as their start. And the disc for them was the Ouroboros, Ouroboros. That is an overstable approach disc, and all the links will be down below for those. As for recent and upcoming releases, we did have all those Black Friday deals. They are finishing out. If they weren't finished yesterday, they may still be available for a lot of the manufacturers and websites, so go check them out. Again, like I said, Disc Golf Deals USA, I think today, being December 2nd, is the last day of their Black Friday deals, but you can always save that 10%. discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow. And then as for the other items, is Discmania just announced, along with all these mystery boxes that were announced recently, that, Gyropalooza, Ledgestone, Discmania red boxes. Well, Discmania just recently announced their black boxes. And they do this every year. They announce the red boxes, then announce the black ones, mystery boxes. But with the black boxes, they did the 4 versions of the red. They're also going to be doing 4 versions of the black. Now, I have seen some reviews on a lot of these different mystery boxes from different manufacturers, and some are good, some are bad. Some people are saying, yeah, you came up a little short on this, but if you like discs, you're going to get it anyway. But yeah, so keep your eyes peeled for that. They are going to be announcing those one at a time, so they're going to have 4 versions of the black box coming out. And last but not least, footwear. One of the most important items you can use when you're out on the course, that you do use when you're out on the course, and we always suggest these top 2 for us are Vessi and Ideo Sports. Go check them out. Your personal preference will sway you one way or the other, but they're both, I would say the Ideo Sports Syncrasies and Brawlers are more lightweight than Vessis. They're both waterproof, and both of them have a variety of colors depending on what you like. So again, go check them out, Vessi shoes or Ideo Sports. And then, we still, though the PDGA or DGPT have announced some big events, we don't have any recent or upcoming, next week or so events to announce, but we'll get into the mailbag, and that is going to be the product highlight that I wanted to talk about, only because I did get my hands on a Luna Battle Box. And big shout out to a friend of the show, local, Colin. He had purchased many of these, and he donated one to us. So again, thank you, Colin, for that. Again, these are higher end plastics for these 2, and the ones that were in this box were this Luna, and then the Ultrastar Luna. I would say this Ultrastar Luna feels really, really good in the hand. I was really excited to get my hands on it to see how it did feel, and I definitely want to get out to the course and throw this, just check it out, as well as the other one. I've thrown Lunas before, just testing, but I do like the product packaging, the marketing that they did on them. Nothing but good things from me. I don't throw really I think I have a Discraft disc in my bag, but it's kind of like a backup disc for me. But I'm not against it. I do have a slightly mixed bag. But yeah, big shout out to, again, Colin for hooking us up with the battle box. Other item, product-wise, and we already mentioned it earlier in the show, is Brixton. So I've had, way too long, I've had one of these, the 2023 box. And I had a couple XL packs that I'd gotten for Christmas. Yes, you heard that right, Christmas last year. And so I finally got around to open them. Shout out to my daughter for kind of pushing me to open them. I've been meaning to, been wanting to, waiting for the right time and all that stuff. And, I just, she wanted to see them open. I said, let's do it right now. So there were a plethora of different cards in it. Basic cards, the Wonder Bread cards, the Disco cards, the Throw Joe's cards, a silhouette card, some Roots, some Rookies, one of the Legacy Series Paul Macbeth cards, but I just wanted to show you the signature cards, basically. And reason being is because I was super excited to finally, though I've had them forever, get them in hand and feel the quality. And they're very good. And they have different thicknesses depending on the type of card. Like the base cards are thinner cards, and the thicker cards are the signature cards, the nice, neat cards, the rookie cards. But let's go through some of these. We have Ratana signed card. So that one's cool. We have a rookie signed Gillis McDougal. My apologies. Gillis McDougal signed rookie, which is awesome. And then the top two, I would say, would be these. I've got a big germ. Good old Koling signed card. And then the number one is an unscripted. And if you don't know what those are, several of the players were given 4 cards, and they could draw whatever they want on them, write whatever they wanted on them. And I got 1 of 4. Mind you, actually, I forgot to tell you, the Jeremy Koling was 10 of 50. So that's cool. But this one is 1 of 4. And it is the first one. And it is, shout out to one of the hot geese, Madison Walker, with the unscripted 1 of 4. So after getting these in hand and actually seeing them out of the package, I want more. I want more. I think card collecting is fun. I do have, like, back when I was younger, I had some Garbage Pail Kids. My kids like Pokemon, so I do have a couple that they've given me, and they have collections. It's fun. Not only that, I like watching people ripping packs and stuff like that, so that's always fun too, just to see what's out there. But big shout out to Brixton. The quality's up there. Again, I'm new to the card game, but yeah, I like them. I like them a lot. As for the video, let's move on. As for the video or content that we always suggest for you to go check out is the recent one posted by Silas Schultz. And it is an Alaskan rainforest trip that he took, in addition to him talking about his worlds. Well, it's technically his worlds vlog. But his editing, I can never say enough good things. He has the way he edits, how he edits, the nuance, the music, all that stuff. It's enjoyable to watch. So if you haven't checked it out, go check out Silas Schultz's YouTube channel and check out his most recent video. Well, this one ended up being probably the longest one that I've done by myself. But that brings us to the end, guys. We know everybody likes to save money if they can. So we do have a few things that we will share with you. One being Upper Park Disc Golf. If you're looking for a new bag, you can use code Disc Golf Show and save some money there. Again, shout out to Disc Golf Deals USA. Go to discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow and you can save 10% off of your entire order. There are some exclusions, but baskets, bags, carts, all the things. go save some money at discgolfdealsusa.com/discgolfshow. And then last but not least, big shout out to our main sponsor since we started, our local pro shop, Final Nine Sports, with 2 locations in the Northern California, Sacramento area, one in Rocklin and one in Orangevale. With that, subscribe, like, share, hit the notifications, do all the things, and I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.